Good day to you all. Thank you all for joining me today for another insight. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Before I go further, I would like to appreciate you all for the numbers of views, subscriber I experienced during my last video I upload. I so much appreciate you all. And if you are watching this video and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe and do not forget to share this information with other farmers. Okay, so what did I have for you today? Today, what I'll be giving an insight on is the importance of feed analysis. Before I move further, I would like to remind you all, let's recap about our last lecture where we talk about agroecology, the importance of agroecology to our food production. The main thing we're able to emphasize on is that the choice of crop you'll be selecting for a particular location should be well adaptable to that location. And we're able to emphasize on the effects that might happen or you will experience when you select the wrong crop in a wrong location, or what benefit what are you going to gain when you select the right crop in the right location. And I'm very sure you know the answer yourself at this junction. Okay, let's move further. So what did I have for you today? Today we're going to talk about feed analysis. And why am I repeating this word often again? It is because it is very, very important and it's a key to your production. If you are successful in selecting the best choice of crop in a best environment, did you know you still have more work to do? And that work is you now taking a research or a field analysis survey on what is the characteristics of the place of the allocated land given to you. It is best for you to understand that the physical analysis of a place you want to invest in is a paramount and key factor to your production. And I would like to further explain to you that the field analysis reports you are going to have after conducting this analysis determine if you will further invest in this kind of location or not. Moving further to our course of study today, our insight today, we are going to now look more into why did you need to know about your feed analysis. Knowing about your feed analysis give you an idea or give you a accurate information about number one, the physical property of the soil and the chemical property of the soil you intend to cultivate land on. Two, it also gives you an insight about the fertility level of the soil. Three, it gives you an insight about the history of the crops of the field. Four, it gives you an insight if the location you are selecting is wet prone area or not. And fifth, it gives you an insight if the location you've selected has have the criteria of allowing enough light interception for photosynthesis. That it's very key for you to know. Are you still with me? Yeah. If you are still with me, we've been able to highlight 5 key points that your feed analysis should tell you. And now, stepping a little bit further to those 5 key points, and let's start with the physical property of your soil. It is important you know that the physical property of the soil, you understand, being it coarse, sandy, clay, loam, determine the performance of your crop. A field that you had been selected that it has much of stony property would not allow it will not allow proper root position of your crops. And if your crops cannot have a proper root development, this will affect the ability of them utilizing the nutrients in the soil. I hope you've taken that point. Now let's move further. Okay, then your field analysis also give you reports about the fertility level of your soil. You might be given a land you might be given a land, but unknown to you, this land requires to be fallow for 5 years before it can be effective and productive for crop production. So, by the time you went for analysis for your fertility test, for your soil fertility, being it the basic fertility, you went to go and check for the basic nutrients that your crop needs to do, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium property of the soil. You understand? Would give you an insight of the level of fertility, being maybe the soil is fertile, it's barren, or is a non-fertile, or it might even be an high fertile or a virgin land. Are you still with me? If you are still together with me, you should recall that we'll be able to mention two key points that your field analysis would allow you to know. You have mentioned earlier that your field analysis give you the idea to know the physical property of your soil, being it sandy, clay, loam soil. And now we've further discussed that your physical analysis of the field you intend to cultivate your crop will also give you an insight about the fertility level of your soil, being it a fertile soil, a barren, or it might even be an highly nourished soil or a high fertile soil. Having been said that, let's move further to the key points of the importance of field analysis I've said earlier. Okay, the importance of field analysis gives you the ability to interact with farmers in those locations you want to cultivate on, and this can even give you an idea to know about the history of the land. You will be able to know that if this land has a very good record profile in terms of cultivating, production, and even is it more secured for you. You understand? So that you will not end up investing in that land, and that kind of land is more prone to whereby people's or neighboring community are known to help you to do the harvest even before you came for your own harvesting. Apart from that one, it also knowing about the history of the land also give you an idea about the yield capability of the yield record of that land. Have there been two farmers or one farmer at farm in that land, and they could give you a recommendation that this particular field area is high yielding, that like they use less fertilizer in for them to have a good yield. You understand? So they might also give you a some points that might not be suiting to you, but it might give you an impromptu information. It might give you an earlier information, earlier information for you to know that okay, this field I'm trying to invest on has been reported to be a low yielding field, and it has been reported to be known of a particular disease attack. So, I hope you are noting all this key information down. If you don't, and let me recap it too for you. We've said that this field analysis would do you more benefits than you ignoring it. And this can give you the idea of physical property of your soil, the soil fertility level of your soil. They can also give you the history of the land. And now, let's move further. Moving further again, we will know that this field analysis will give you a better insight about your land. You understand? It gives you a better insight about the shape of your land. We have different shape of land, a farmland area. We can have a triangle, we can have a square, we can have a rectangle land. We can even have some that it looks so much of an irregular shape. So when you conduct this field analysis, it also gives you a further insight about the information about this land area. Is it a wet prone area? Is it a flood prone area? You need to know. If you've conduct your field analysis and this field analysis tend to tell you that this location you want to cultivate your land is a flood prone area. It is advisable to look for alternative land to cultivate your crops, or you can follow recommendation on how you can prevent your crops from unforeseen circumstances of this flood that might later come to wipe all your crops, and that might be a huge loss in an investment for you. But if you've taken field analysis, this can give you an informed decision for you either to invest or not to invest. And one of the last key points of this field analysis for you is for you to know the location you are going to cultivate your crop. Does it give you enough light interception for your crops to grow well? Remember, your crop needs photosynthesis to manufacture their food. And if you are given a land or a location that is more of like a forest, that it is very hard for you to have enough light interception for the crops to have enough light to produce. Do you know that investing in this kind of place can also be a very wrong investment for you, except we're able to maybe remove some branches, or you're able to cultivate some crops that doesn't need much light interception. So, I hope you've learned something very important today, because to me teaching you this also give me an informed decision about how I'll go about my wet season farming today, because I've been able to know that I need to know I need to select a good choice of crop in a better environment. Not only that, I need to further check the field analysis of the land allocated to me to cultivate, because I don't want to only invest I don't want to only invest in this production. I also want to have a ROI, the return of my investment, in a better yield and a bountiful harvest. And I'm reaching you all the same. And that is why I'm giving you this important information free of charge, because you all are contributing to food security. And if we all can produce well, this can reduce the high cost of food in the market, and we all can have access to quality food. So, thank you all for joining me today. I wish you all a bountiful harvest. And do not forget to share this information to farmers around you. And if you're not a farmer and watching this video, try to share this information with anyone you know that will be investing in this wet season farming. Try to share this information to them. Let them have an idea and insight of what to do. To crown it all, you don't invest in agriculture by not having a proper knowledge. Always try to visit an agricultural extension in your neighboring community. Always talk to an agronomist to guide you in having a good decision making, so that you can invest and have a bountiful harvest, and also have um a better yield in return. So, thank you all for joining me today. And if you watch this video and this information is helpful to you, do not forget to use the comment section to give me a thumbnail, and also to tell me what you've learned in this video. I'm so happy to give you this information today, and I wish you all a bountiful harvest. Thank you. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and press the like button. Thank you.